CT, and it is 1 to 2 p.m. This video right here is about the 170 CR character advance. Um, I've been doing a little bit of like researching up in this stuff, and well, you're when you pay like the $45, um, you're getting like 76 skill points. On my previous video um the uh about the update was that I didn't know exactly how many skill points it is. So, and I didn't really know the style. So once you get it, you get the Shimtar style. Um. Anyways, I looked it up, and this is the stuff that you will get out of it right here. Okay, you're gonna get all of this right here. Not these. Okay, just the ones that is highlighted, like general. That's it. You're not gonna get artifacts or anything like this. You're gonna get some things in the races. That's just about it. You're gonna get, you are gonna get all the renown. You're all gonna get that. You're gonna get all the explorations. All of this right here. Um, all the solos right here. You're not gonna get any of this except for like the salvaging, some of the salvaging feat. Let's see. Basically the style you're gonna be unlocking would be the Shimtar, of course. And player versus player, just this thing on legendary. It's gonna be this thing right here. Legendary initiates feat. You're gonna get all the duos and alerts right here. Duos, alerts, and raid. This has nothing to do with the episodes. Although in episodes in the last laugh, you're just gonna get this one right here. Best control feed. Yeah. That's just about it. I'm not gonna get into like anything else. Like the packages or that's in there. I didn't need to buy any of it. Not in this account nor the other account. I didn't have to do none of that. Because I already completed it, and even if I was to start over with a new tune, I could always go ahead and level them up real quick. I don't have to do any of that. To just go ahead and buy the advanced character events. I mean the character event stuff. I don't have to do any of that. Because it kind of made it a little bit easier, like going from the amount of marks you get, um, and it's really decent. It's really good, you know. Uh, so, anyways, yeah, that's just the thing. I mean, if you guys gonna go ahead and buy, if you want to get the 170 event, you know, character events, that's that's on you. I mean, that's, you know, but the thing is, like, that could also be a bad thing as well because a lot of players that come into this game, they're like, they're just wanting, they're kind of like wanting to get like carried around or something, and some of the higher players, they know they know the stress, they know all of that, you know, in order to get all the way up there, you know, which is like maybe 228 CR and uh 360, 370 skill points or whatever, you know, whatever is the cap right now. Um, yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, that's the one thing I was looking at when I first heard of you know, the 170 character events. You know, now I know what you get out of it. You know, with all the other stuff, but um, to me the other things in the package is not really important. I mean, it just grants you the access all the way to, you know, the, I believe it's the or Amazon Fury 3 episodes. Yeah. Uh anyways, yeah, it that's what it gets you to, but a lot of people, they, you know, that are going to be doing it, you have to, um you're going to have to understand something here. Okay? I mean, look, I've been doing this for a long time. I played since the beta days. I mean, I started in the PC version, and then I stopped to a certain point, and then I started back, and, you know, a couple years after, thinking what good you know, but I needed to get back the feel of the game. I needed to, you know, learn the game all over again. Um, and then, you know, here I am. You know, I'm up there. You know, if you like look at this, like, uh, you know, I mean, looking at, you know, looking at the progress that I've made, you guys can do it too. You don't really need to have anything. You know, you don't really need to do like some, you know, CR skip all the way to get you to that point, because even like before, in pre, you know, in pre revamp, um you pretty much needed like seven, you know, like at least 100 skill points. Okay, you basically needed that amount, and you were always welcome to get more skill points. You were always welcome to get more feats, get more skill points, to, you know. But the thing is, when you're gonna be doing these missions and stuff, I'm gonna tell you one thing for all the new players out there. Um, you're gonna have to understand the mechanics. Okay, you really are. You cannot expect to get carried into into any of the missions that you're gonna be doing. All right, I don't think that's what anybody else is here for, because everything requires a lot of work. And and the thing is, once you understand the mechanics out of each mission that you have to do, then things will be a lot easier. You see, I've also dealt with a lot of, like, there are players that are around like 200 CR, and something, like how many something skill points that there is that they have, and but the thing is, they don't even know some of the mechanics. Like, if you were to do Throne of the Dead, for example, in the first boss, there's like there's two bosses over there. Okay, there's Ares and then there's Essence. Okay, so this is like where the tank has to shine, because the tank is the one supposed to kill. You have to have it like at least two tanks. You can't one tank it. You have to, literally separate them. You know, you have to separate them. You know, don't go in the center. Don't, things like that. That's not gonna work. Okay, because even though if they're near, you can't do any damage to Ares, and Ares is someone you have to kill. But the thing is, we had to have one tank holding. You have to have one tank holding Ares, and another tank like doing damage. I mean, literal damage to the essence. Okay, and I've gone through this thing so many times. I have, and um, with my alt tunes, all that stuff, and I never forget anything like that. So in some cases, it's like a a company like Daybreak is kind of training you to think like this, to whatever knowledge you have from the old missions, to bring it into the new one. That's kind of like what they're doing, and for me personally, that's a good thing. That is a really good thing. But I mean, 76 skill points is not. It's not really enough, and I mean, as long as you know what you're doing. I mean, to be honest, they should have given you at least 100 skill points. Um, and personally, for me, like, you know, I mean, you're gonna be dealing with, like, you need to get like PvP stuff, player versus player, and they have a good amount of skill points that you can utilize. You know, they do. Um, they, even like last stuff, the last laugh stuff. There's, you know, there's there's like HQ feats, which is, you know, uh, Hall of Doom and Watchtower, and the cap is 25, and I think that's pretty decent, considering how they had it from before, back in the day. Um, but these days, like, things like that is so inactive right now. I mean, I don't know what Daybreak, they should have done something with that, because not everybody is going to be wanting to do the 8v8s. Not, and I don't know. Daybreak should have thought about something like that, to be honest. Um, and I mean, the other stuff is fine, but it's really hard to get people to, or even like, even like how it was back in the day, like, oh, you could just go ahead and queue up for the 8v8, and then there you go. There's people that's doing it, and all that stuff. Um, and so that's a lot more concerning. They should have done something about that. Um, I mean, oh, with something like that, I would consider getting a 45, spending $45 just to at least have those type of feats completed, you know. Um, but I don't know, like I'm not really sure about the other stuff. I mean, when it comes to the episodes, the feats you gotta do, the feats you gotta complete, um, that's just it. Uh, it's okay, but this is what making like some of the experienced players, leave the game because they're just complaining about a lot of things. Uh, because of something like this, that's what they're complaining about. Um, and is it fair to them? Is it fair to the higher players? No. Is it understandable where you're at? Yeah, it is. But the thing is, you still got to put the work into it, hands down. You can't just say that, okay, well, um, I got this stuff naturally, but you really paid for it or something, like you can't say that yet, it's, for me, I don't really like it. I don't like where this is going because, I mean, look, for me, I put in my own work, my own time into this game, and understanding the mechanics, doing all that stuff. I mean, I'm a pretty good study when it comes to, you know, something like this, when doing missions and getting feats and everything. I mean, for me, I would I would basically like plan this stuff. If there's feeds that I need, and I see something, um like someone is shouting out for it or something like that, I'll be like, okay, okay, like, let me get it. Let's go for it. And that's how I do things. I mean, I can't always be there for everybody. I can't be there for my own league at times when they need me to. You know, I mean, honestly, it is kind of a little difficult to, run with my own league members. But I'm all good where I am with my league. Um, but I just wanted to shoot for something, and yeah, um, yeah. For some reason, I kind of consider myself like one of the rare Pokemons or something. Just it's kind of um, it's kind of like rare to get me. So like a rare opportunity for someone to get me. So I mean, I do have my own my own team. I have all that stuff. My own, like people that I run with. Um, and some of them are in the game. A good few left, but there's some of them are in the game, and we just do things together, and that's just about it. Um, but yeah, uh, if yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go for something with less skill points like this, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. If there's anything, I would say just to go right ahead, get the experience. Because what if? Because I'm just concerned about if you just go jump to that amount of combat rating, the 170 combat rating, and you're gonna go right ahead and do this thing, it's not gonna make any sense. Because like if you're gonna, because if you don't know what to do, okay, like you go to in Olympus or God of Monsters, and like, or people would abbreviate it for Ali or Gom, you know, yeah, that it's really difficult, man, and I mean, if you don't know what to do, then you're gonna be kicked out. You are gonna be kicked out, and but yeah, I mean, just it's not even enough, to be honest. It's not even enough to to help you out. It's just 76 skill points. Mm-mm. You need to build up on the skill points. That's my advice to you, and to understand the mechanics of each mission that you go. You might think that it's too much, but in most cases, it's not really. All the stuff that you're gonna be doing, it may seem a little bit overwhelming. It really isn't. You just gotta take it at one step at a time, and don't. I don't know. This this 170 skip is pointless, and it's really disappointing. Again, like I said in my other video, it's really disappointing. And I mean, yeah, I do understand the struggle. I do understand everything like that, but you know, you just gotta put in the time and effort, and be like, if I'm gonna, and ask yourself if I'm gonna be the one to be active in this game. May have league mates. Make some friends. Uh, have like a feed grinding team or something. You know, anything like that. If your league mates can help you out, that's good. You know, um, uh, if you have people in other leagues that is willing to help you out, that's fine. I mean, for me, knowing what I know and everything, it's like I get I get so many compliments as it is, knowing what I know, and the thing is with that, it's like other league other leagues want me with them, want me to be with them, want me to join them. Um, but like I have, in this league I'm in, which is Elseworlds DC. I for me, that's the thing though. You know it's just about the people, that is in the game. So it's like it's about if you're gonna be active or not. I mean, if you're just the free to play players don't really get enough, but enough of the missions. You stop at a certain point, but then like when you're paid to play, when you're when you're a member and stuff like that, you can go far out. You can do as much as possible, but yeah. Um. So yeah, that's just what it is, man. I mean, dealing with that, I mean, just gonna buy like $45 for just the missions, like um, things with your renown, your general, your exploration, your solos, duos, alerts, and raids. And I mean, it's not everything. And I mean, it's just like just spending $45 for that type of skip to and get you 76 skill points and everything is, I don't know, it's just a waste. You know, I mean, before, something like this was for like around $20, and I think that's fine. I think that's a lot better. You know, but the thing is, like, what this thing should have had. Now, I don't know, but what this thing should have had was um was the Shimtar style and the previous style from before with the other one. I can't remember exactly which style you get from the other one that would get you to 100 CR. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, like I said in my other video, it should have like this, something with this amount of money and stuff should have like boosted you to like 200 CR. That's to get two, like the hundreds even, if anything. But yeah, I mean, you still have a lot of work to do. It with something like this, it shaved off some of those, some of those struggles out, some of those things that you have to grind out, which is fine, but you still got to put in the time and work, and that's just about it. That's all you got to do. So I mean, yeah, I know about this, and and yeah, I'm just putting my my own 2 cents into this thing, so that way you get a good understanding about this game. Like, if you're gonna, because it boosts you all the way to where you have to do like Ollie and Gom, and the Amazon Fury 3 episode, and then your the thing is, like, there's like mechanics you have to understand. You know, there's a certain way you have to do it. I mean, if you're gonna be doing like Gom Elite, you're gonna have to be facing 3 bosses in one spot, and then in the second boss, you have to be facing like like double of those bosses, like 2 Phoenix, 2 Gorgons, 2 Harpies, and 2 Minotaurs. And yeah, so it's like, if you don't understand the mechanics, how are you gonna be able to beat it? You know, like the first boss over there, um, it has Argus, Brontes, and Steropes. You know, and they all control something. So you can't be jumping. You can't, be going in the center of that area. Like the middle of that spot. You're not supposed to do none of that. One controls the fire, the other one controls something else, like, banging the anvil and then just blasting you away. Um, you know, and that's what they're doing. So it's like you need really good tanks to hold them, and you have to defeat one of the other, and then there's feats in there where you have to um, kill each of them last. So you have to keep. So it's a grind. You have to keep doing it. You have to keep going in there until you complete that. Until you complete that feat. And the same thing goes for the second boss as well. You know, I mean, with the Phoenix heals. The Minotaur is like the tank in there. And the Gorgon would like stone you or something. Harpy does a lot of damage. So like for me, in order to beat it, something like that. I mean, traditionally everyone goes for the Phoenix, and then the Minotaur. You have to separate them. Just like the same thing, like what I said before with the Throne of the Dead mission. With the first boss between uh, Ares and the Essence. You know, but yeah. So it's like you need really 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 good tanks in there, and that could do it. Uh, you need you need two tanks. You know, um, but yeah, uh, it's more like you gotta defeat them, and like kind of like do it one by one in a way. Um, and then you first go after the Phoenix, then the Minotaur. Um, but if there's anything like I would I would basically like range it, you know, like like the three last bosses that's in there. I would go right ahead and range it, and yeah. So yeah, like paying attention and everything, and listening how to do it and stuff. I mean, there are some of the higher players that also play on alt tunes, and they're doing this. So it's not just us. It's also about you guys too. That but you have to understand the struggle though. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I wanted to get out. Um, that is what I wanted to get out. I mean, like the package that comes with it. I don't, still, I don't feel like it's worth it. I mean, you could always go into the marketplace, and get them, which I don't think, I think it's pointless to. That's why I didn't mention it in this video, in this broadcast. I didn't. And the thing is, like, when they announced this, they were pretty vague. And when you go checking on their website, it was also vague because they didn't say nothing as to how many skill points you get. I don't remember anything like that. So I think when some people have tried it out, they got a certain amount, which is 76 skill points, and it's still not enough. It still really isn't enough. I mean, look, you got to put in the time and effort into it. That's all what it takes, a little dedication. I mean, and then next thing you know, when some new player comes in and joins your league and stuff, maybe you can go right ahead and help him out, help him or her. Even like, dealing with, his or her setup, what he has for stat points, what's his weapons, things like that. And that's, like what's the focus, what's the focus, what's this person's goal, and you're gonna have to help that person out. So, you know, and I already completed, these feats that you get. I already completed it, uh, before any of this on two different accounts. I already completed it. I mean, this tune right here is a lot, it has a lot more skill points. It's like 60 something skill points away from the other account. And, I mean, for me, it's how I spend my money, how I deal with all this stuff, but that's just what it is. That's my thing. Um, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, like for every person, everyone that has a role, which is a tank, a DPS, a healer, and in control. You all, you all have to keep, you all have to pull your own weight and stuff. See what the strength and weakness is. Sometimes you may have to like switch around. Sometimes you have to do all this stuff in order to benefit yourself to get to the next spot, the next um the next level or what have you. That's just what it is. Like saying like, okay, one tank can tank multiple bosses, and the other tank can't, and that tank wants to tank all the bosses and stuff. Like multiple bosses, and sometimes it's better off to switch. It's better off to trade places in order to in order to do that. Um, I don't know. So it's things like that that's going the game, and yeah. So that's a bit of my experience when it came to this game, understanding all this stuff, trying to get as much feats as possible to bring up my skill points, to get to put into my stats, and or anything like that, like my iconic powers, or even my weapons or something. Um, and that's just what it is right now. So yeah, just like how life goes. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. If I were you, my conclusion is, if I were you, I wouldn't even do this. I wouldn't even buy 45. I wouldn't even pay $45 just to try to get me up there, because it's just half-assing it. Okay, so if you're gonna be doing stuff, you need to understand the mechanics of each mission and everything. Not every mechanic goes like, just goes like, oh, you gotta defeat the boss or something just to get ahead. No, no, this thing, requires something else, you know, into getting into a way of beating it. So you have to follow that in order for everything to be easy, you know. You're going to be dealing with stuff like Dark Side War Factory, Throne of the Dead, everything like that. The raids and stuff, the alerts. That's just how it is. They just have certain mechanics that you have to learn. You know, that type of info can lead you to getting to the next part, the next thing, and then they might make things like what knowledge you have of that and put it in the next thing. And you know what? When that next thing comes out, it may not be too much. So yeah, knowing the mechanics, getting that info, that makes everything a lot easier. Okay. Right now I'm gonna cut this broadcast off. I I talked a little bit about it. I ranted off, you know, a little bit, but I mean it's good info, Um, yeah. Anyways, just wanted to. This was actually supposed to be a quick vid, but turned out to be a little bit of a rant, and I had to apologize for that. I really do. Um, but I mean, players that are going to be getting that are thinking about getting, spending $45, to just get yourself to 170 CR. I don't know. That's that's your choice, you know. Anyways, I'm out. Thank you, and have a good day. Raises in time.